After watching this video, you will be able to locate specific journal articles. Let's say you have read about an article in another journal, or you have been asked to locate this article for a class. This video will make sure that you are able to find it. So what you want to do first is you want to go to the library website, which is lib.fsu.edu. I'm going to show you 3 different ways to find this article. For example, and I'm going to just bring up a random article that someone has looked for. Let's say this is the article you're looking for. There's 3 ways we could try and find this article. 1, we could try and find it by the title through one search, which is our index. 2, we could try and find it through the journal title itself. And then if neither of those worked, we could use InterLibrary Loan, which is a service where we collaborate with other libraries. And if they have access, they will email you the article in this case. So the first thing we'll do is we're going to look for the article by the title. So Taylor Cox wrote this article in 2009. And what I'm going to do is on the library website, I'm going to click this one search button. One search is our index. It's pretty much looking through all of our databases. Database is just a way to kind of say, how do we store information? So we have access to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of databases, and different databases have different stuff. So one search is going to search through all of them, well, almost all of them, and try to locate the article by the title. So if we do this, we can see this isn't the article, but this is the article right here. Some tricks real quick. Sometimes the search has issues if there happens to be like a colon in there. So what we could do is we could put everything in quotation marks. And what quotation marks does is it says, I don't want all these words separately. I want all these words at the order in which I have presented them. If we do that, you'll see there's no records. That's because it has an issue sometimes with using the colon. So what I suggest to do is instead of putting the whole thing in quotation marks, I'm just going to put one of the phrases in quotation marks. So I'll keep the colon there just to see. So I did after the colon, put that in quotation marks, and there it is. The article showed up, and it showed up first on the list. So that may be an issue you're having. Once you see the article is here, it says it's available online. There's a few options to see how to access it. I'm going to go ahead and click that, or you could click here. And to access it, you just scroll down to where it says full text availability. These are those databases we talked about. So this article is found in one of these databases. Something to really look at is what the span we have access to. This says we have articles from 1994 from volume 1, issue 1, but we don't have the most recent 6 years. We also have another database in which we have it until 2019. So we could click on either of these because this article was written in 2009. So either is fine. I'm just going to click on the first one. And this will bring up JSTOR, which is the database, and here is the article. So that's one way to do it. Let's say that you did this search and it didn't show up. And that happens sometimes. Another way we can search is instead of searching by the journal title, which is how we did this, or the article title, let's search for the title of the journal. So this article is found in a journal called Teaching Children Mathematics. So what we'll do this time, we're going to click on that one search tab, but instead of typing in the name of the article, we're going to click on this button that says Journal Search. And now we're going to say, show me the database that has this journal. And we can type in the name of the journal, Teaching Children with, and one thing, or sorry, Teaching Children Mathematics. And one thing you want to look at, it's going to show you the titles. I always make sure the title is listed there, just because if, for example, I was doing Teaching Children with Mathematics, it wouldn't show up. So this says, okay, here's the journal. And then the same thing. We can view options online, or I could click here. This will say, this is all the databases that have this journal. So now if we scroll, there's a whole bunch, but look, a lot of these only have from 94 to 2004. So if I were to click on these, because this article is written in 2009, it is not going to be in any of those. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for one that includes 2009, this with the most 6 years. One other thing you may notice, that second option that had it till 2019 didn't show up. So sometimes the index has some trouble, but that's okay, because when we click on this, and it's going to take us to the entry. When we click on this, it would have access. Now, a lot of times you'll get to this page and you'll say, okay, I see it, but I don't see the articles. What you're going to look for is you're going to look for the issues and what span. Sometimes it's on the right here, but if you scroll down on these, it'll show you the individual issues. This was written in 2009, so we're going to click on the second one, but we can see here it's 2009, and then it was volume 15, issue 8. And here's the pages. So what we do is we go to the 2000s. Here's 2009. There's volume 16. This was volume 15, issue 8. So it's this one right here. And we can see these pages go from 450 to 512. It falls in the page range too. So if we click on it, at this point, it'll show us everything that was in that journal, because the journal is just kind of like a magazine. So here is everything that was in it. There's the article, and we could access the article that way. So if you were unable to find it through that one search, we can do it through the journal search. Now, let's say neither of those worked. We searched for the title, and then we searched by the journal, and we didn't get it. The third option would be InterLibrary Loan, and that's a way for you to enter all the information, and we're going to contact another library. We're going to see if they have access, and if so, they will share the resources with us. To do that, we can go to Materials and Borrowing, and here's InterLibrary Loan. It says there's 3 ways you can get materials. One search. Hey, we tried that first. You borrow. This is for print books. So what we're looking for is a journal article. So you would log in to InterLibrary Loan, option 3. And then you can make a request right here. And this would be an article. And then we'll click on this InterLibrary Loan. You'll see delivered 2 to 48 hours. If you have the DOI, you could type it there, but just type in the journal title, the volume, etc. And then when you're done, you just submit the request. In 2 to 48 hours, it'll have it for you. So this is a quick way just to show you, here's the different ways to try and find the article.